All right, everyone. This is Nate and Beth coming at you for another one of these lovely audio reviews. This time we're coming at you to review a movie that was recommended to us on the.
Recommended after today, well, during today's broadcast of the Nate and Beth show. And during the show, I was very hyped about watching this movie, and after watching it, I don't know.
This movie we're referring to is Session 9. First off the bat, from 2001. First off the bat, this looks like an early high definition or early, high definition digitally shot movie.
Very crisp.
I'm not loving the way it looks because it looks, like video or whatever. So, in my opinion, that's one of the drawbacks of the movie, or something that kind of takes me out of the movie. But I just wanted to start by saying that, and yeah, I'll just lay this down. This is about some guys that are hired to clean, asbestos out of this loony bin that was built in the 1800s. That's been, I guess, out of business since '85, if memory serves.
Shut down for 15 years before the crew came in to clean it, so they can refurbish it. I mean, they wanted to tear it down, but historical reasons they had to clean it out.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I say, for me, just the digital look of it, like early digital, just kind of puts me off instantly. And normally when you shoot in a place like this, dilapidated, scuzzball, yucky place, it bothers me. But since this movie takes place mostly during the day, the inside dilapidated, nut house locations doesn't bother me as much as like
It's
the
not
bathroom and saw and all that kind of stuff. Because at
it's
least
not dark. It's
there's
just
daylight creeping into the
yeah.
empty structure. But yeah, I'm of the opinion that it's possibly, this is like an hour and 40 something minutes long, so it's probably 15 minutes longer than it needs to be easy. And I don't know if Beth has something she wants to say while I try to think. So, I mean, we laid down the plot. The first shot, we're just screen saving the TV with the movie now, and that shot of the chair reminds me of the first shot was intriguing. And
Yeah, maybe that's where they're talking to the patient.
the first shot, yeah, it could have been the chair that, she was strapped into while she was doing the taped sessions. But the first shot was intriguing because it was upside down. We don't know that, and this chair's on the ceiling. And then it kind of, after a while, the camera or whatever in post, I don't know if they did it with on the camera or post, but the shot flips, right side up, so the chair's on the ground, and
It rotates.
that shot, it was kind of like gave me hope, like, wow, maybe this will be pretty cool, because that was kind of creative and in a subtle way or whatever. But
Should have been the other way around, honestly.
I don't know what you mean by that. You
A
should have went upside down.
chair on the floor like normal, and then flipping upside down, because that's kind of what they did to reality. They just kind of flipped it upside down.
Oh, well, I guess an argument could be made for that. So Beth's saying start with the chair on the ground and then flip it upside down. Yeah, I can see that. But at any rate,
It kind of reminded me of Alice in Wonderland.
this
And you
movie or
don't
that
know
shot?
who the White Rabbit is. The movie.
Oh.
You really don't know who you're following and why. Who's the White Rabbit?
So
But
basically, the movie's about just these guys who come into this nut house to clean it up, and I guess slowly throughout the course of the movie,
they get
slowly
closer
go
to
nutty.
no, well, they kind of get closer and closer to
Actually, only one of them goes nutty, right? Or
two. I think two go kind of nutty, but one gets help.
I don't
'Cause
remember what the help is.
the guy that was supposed to have just left the job site. Because they get closer and closer to where the most insane patients are, the more they're cleaning out this asbestos. And I think the closer they get to that ward, that wing, the more intensified the, I don't know, the mystery gets. And like this one character opens up, can I say that? An evidence box? I guess I just did. It kind of starts when this box gets opened and like things get twisted.
Well, we can say that this one character starts. He's kind of like the red herring. He's the guy that the audience thinks if someone's going nuts, this
Yeah,
is it.
but it's
This one guy starts. He finds in this evidence box this bunch of tapes. Recording session the 1 through
of
9.
one particular
And
patient.
this one patient that is talked about earlier in the film, video, or whatever you want to call it, and throughout the course of the movie, he listens to the tapes, and he kind of starts acting weird. So I think he's the red herring, like, here's
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 the
the guy,
trouble.
but it's like just like so many of these movies, he's just he's
It's a
he's it's
subplot.
misleading.
Yeah.
Like he's not really the threat, and I guess I'm confused. I guess we don't have to give away who the threat is, but I'm just confused. I guess I don't understand
Like
why
I
the guy who
compare it to
actually.
Alice in Wonderland, who's the white rabbit.
I'm not familiar with that story, but I guess I'm confused why the guy, the individual who ends up being the problem is. You'd think it'd make more sense to have the one listening to the tapes succumb to the forces easier. But I guess at the very end, the voice on the tape says, people who are, what was it, like weak or
The
have
weakest link and too
tor-
much stress,
tortured people are the easiest to
target.
manipulate or take over. So I guess that's what. But so I
But
guess
they
he
all
didn't have
have
to
weak
listen
points.
to the tape. Just being there must have oozed
Oozed
into
in.
him, and the tape I think was a way to let the audience know of this character's past. And
Well, they kind of had little, I guess, highlights. Because as he's trying to talk to someone, he's over the 444's grave, which is the patient that they're
patient on
listening
the
to.
tapes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're thinking because he was sitting
There's
there
little
by
links.
it, he got charged by the energy.
Yeah.
But the one story the one guy said about, I thought he was talking about this same girl. It turned out to be, I thought it was just like unless he was just lying or whatever, but she turned out to be a virgin. I thought she was just lying. And
Well, they were talking about imposing memories into patients to get money from the parents. Like, oh, you did this to your kid, and we're gonna, whatever. It's a twisted movie.
twisted, like, what do you mean?
It's
Twisted?
a mind fuck.
Okay.
It-
That did it succeed in fucking your mind, or
No.
that's what it wants to do?
It
but
wants
did
it
it
wants
fail
to
to
fuck
you?
your mind, but it just does foreplay.
Oh, that's pretty good. So it wasn't a mind fuck for you. It was kind of like a failed fuck.
A failed fuck, yeah. It starts out strong and then goes limp.
Yeah, it does start out strong, and the slow build is good, but unfortunately, it's kind of like House of the Devil. I don't think Beth ever saw it, but House of the Devil does the same thing, where really the strength of the movie is, the build up is really good, but the build up is so good that nothing you could think of to be at the end would ever
Compared to
live up to the build up.
Right, yeah, that's a good way of explaining it.
I'm not saying that
It has a really strong beginning, it has a lot of potential, but then it's like they ran out of time and had to quick do an ending.
it seems like I've seen a story like this before as well. Something like this where, it's a mystery who's the perpetrator, and it's revealed, and it just seems like I've
Just a
seen
really, really weak reveal.
something like this before. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
horrible, but that's another thing I was gonna say. Watching the screen saving, is the acting is good. I mean, we've got an early Josh Lucas who had just done I think he's in American Psycho, so this is like a year after American Psycho and a couple years before the Hulk, and
And I just remember one of the characters from CSI Miami, so I can't get that character out of my head as I'm watching
Beth had
this.
fun hearing him swear because apparently that must have is that a broadcast
Yeah, it's a
television show?
television show.
So Beth was really kind of put
Thrown
off, or
off.
thrown off by hearing him swear because she
Yeah.
just saw some character from a TV show. But
His
yeah,
clean-cut character swearing. It's like, what? It's like hearing your grandmother swear. Unless your grandmother swears on a regular basis, then it really wouldn't be that shocking.
I guess I don't have a whole hell of a lot to say. This is, this is kind of like why I'm not too keen on
I'm not
recommendations
disappointed, but I
from-
wouldn't recommend it. What's the 2001 movie?
Well, that doesn't matter. There's great movies from
Yeah.
1933.
But I think a younger generation would be able to connect to this, and I just couldn't. I couldn't put myself in the movie.
Okay. So
It's like a new generation horror.
yeah, but we were like in our 20s when this came out, so it was kind
Yeah,
of
but I
for
didn't
our
watch it in my
generation.
20s.
Uh-huh.
I didn't watch it when I was that young. I watched it now, and I can't connect to
So
it.
normally I do star ratings for movie reviews 1 to 4, and so like and you can even go like this. You can go.
I go 2.5.
Oh.
Kind of in the middle.
So Beth goes 2.5 stars out of 4 for session.
Wait, I
9.
thought there was 5. Is there 4 or 5 stars?
Well, for me, I just go to 4,
Oh.
0 through 4.
Then I give 2 stars.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was up to 5.
Well, if I said 5, I meant 4. I don't remember what I said. I'll go 1 3/4 stars out of 4. It was just like it, competent writing, competent actors.
Good storyline, just weak ending.
Yeah, I'd say.
Like I said, it's like it ran out of filming time and just had to hurry up, wrap, and finish. There was no real closure.
Well, there
No.
was, but maybe not as competent as kind of, I don't know, we would have liked or hoped or something. I don't know. It's okay, it's whatever.
And it started out really good. It's just not.
Our cup of tea.
It's better than Doom Asylum.
So is every other movie made, but okay.
That's true. I don't know. It had a few interesting twists for me, but just not enough to give it more than 2 stars. And I give it 2 stars because I like it. It was crisp. The characters were
Wait, what
bold.
was crisp?
The movie.
The
I like.
image?
I like the image.
you
It's
like the
clean.
Digital HD.
I like
okay.
the clean image.
Okay.
You don't. I do. That's why I give it 2 stars, and you give it 1 1/4. 1 and 3/4. 1 and 3/4. So I mean it.
I seen this done so many times. Where
See, I
it's
don't
like,
watch that many movies though, so maybe that's why I'm not as
Yeah.
inclined to.
It just
be
seems to
harsh
me
on
like
it.
I've seen this kind of thing before, where it's like mystery killer, and it's like and then you go back and replay stuff, and it's like this is how, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like a Perry Mason gone wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I might rewatch it if someone else pays for it, but
Why would you rewatch it?
just to see if I can catch what I missed the first time. Just kind of watching it replay right now. It's a nice build up, but I was
Oh, don't look at-
expecting.
I just shot up a spider. She
Um,
doesn't like spiders.
But I knew what to
Grasshopper in
expect.
the spider web. Ooh,
Yeah.
those bugs were making more bugs.
Okay, we are not talking about your Connolly movie. We're talking about Session 9. I don't know. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. So that's why I give it 2 stars.
Okay.
Thank you for whoever recommended it.
And here's another little thing, coincidence or not, this movie came out in 2001 and a character mentions a Porsche 9/11.
Oh, yeah, a little truth in media there.
Possibly there on purpose, possibly not.
He's the date guy.
He's the date guy. Okay.
Numbers guy for the movie, I guess.
Well,
There's a little bit of truth in media in all this. It's like they almost all get possessed by something.
but that, I don't know if I'd say they all do. It just turns out like one of them does, ain't it?
The one's obsessed with the cell phone. The other one gets obsessed with greed. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
And
it's
then-
supernatural.
Well, no. And then you got one guy who just wants the job to get done so he can get his bonus. And then, like, the other two are kind of just filler characters.
Mm-hmm.
So you got three main personalities clashing with each other. And I don't know, I wouldn't say it was a horrible movie.
Just didn't necessarily live up to the build-up.
I was expecting a better ending. And if this makes you want to watch the movie just to see the ending,
So be it.
so be it. Alright, thanks for listening. I hope we didn't disappoint too many people.
Alright, everyone. Thanks for listening, and I guess that does it for this one.
Thanks, guys.